Every single time you load a web page, a financial market executes a high-speed auction. Buyers and sellers trade ad space in under 100 milliseconds. On one side of this market are the creators, publishers who own the websites you visit and have blank ad space to sell. Publishers use a supply-side platform, or SSP, pooling inventory into one digital storefront. The SSP puts that inventory in front of thousands of buyers, taking a percentage cut. On the other side are the advertisers looking to buy that exact ad space. These brands use a demand-side platform, or DSP. It automates their bidding across millions of websites all at once, instead of negotiating deals one-on-one. Operating at that scale means brands lose granular control. Unless they set up strict block lists, they don't always know exactly where their ads will appear. Getting familiar with these middlemen is crucial. How you wire the SSPs and DSPs together dictates who walks away with a profit and who leaves money on the table. If you're a publisher, simply signing up for an SSP and a DSP doesn't guarantee you top dollar. The underlying architecture connecting them is what actually controls your revenue. You have to make a choice. You can prioritize an easy setup or maximizing every single cent. The traditional route favors simplicity. It's an architecture known as the Waterfall model. The modern challenger is built to maximize yield. It's a complex system called header bidding. This choice between auction systems directly impacts your profit margins and site performance. It is the defining fork in your monetization strategy. To understand the difference, look at what happens when a user opens a web page. That action immediately triggers an open RTB, or real-time bidding request. This diagram shows the exchange receiving the request, collecting anonymized user data, and a minimum floor price, the lowest acceptable amount. The exchange then broadcasts this out to the market, asking for bids from DSPs representing the brands. All of this data transmission, evaluating, and bidding has to finish in roughly 100 milliseconds. If it takes longer, the web page lags and the user leaves. Because speed is the ultimate physical constraint here, you can't just wait around indefinitely for everyone to bid. The structural architecture of the auction itself is the only way to ensure the best bid actually wins. For years, the industry relied on a legacy model, the Waterfall, sometimes called daisy chaining. A publisher ranks SSP partners top to bottom based on historical performance. The system calls SSP1 first. If it meets the publisher's minimum floor price, it wins the ad slot immediately, and the auction stops. If you're a beginner, this sequential, step-by-step process is incredibly simple to set up. It requires almost no technical expertise to get running. Simplicity carries a cost. Accepting the first bid means publishers lose higher offers. Look at SSP3. They would have paid $2, but never got the chance to bid because SSP1 took the $1 deal first. The Waterfall model operates on a principle of acceptable compromise. You sacrifice higher yield, and in return, you get technical simplicity and peace of mind. To solve that exact lost revenue problem, the industry engineered header bidding. Instead of relying on a simple ranked list, publishers have to install a specific piece of JavaScript code directly into their website's header. This diagram illustrates the shift. The code abandons the sequential sequence. Instead, it pings all the SSPs simultaneously. This creates flat competition. Every buyer looks at the inventory simultaneously, returning bids at once. The system evaluates SSP1's $1 bid alongside SSP3's $2 bid. The highest $2 bid wins, maximizing the payout. But there are strict trade-offs. Header bidding is not a set-it-and-forget-it tool. It requires dedicated developer resources to properly implement and continuously maintain. It also taxes the browser. Sending dozens of simultaneous pings can increase page latency. If your site speed drops, user experience suffers, and your SEO rankings can take a hit. Header bidding maximizes financial yield, but forces publishers to take on significant technical debt and closely monitor site speed to keep things stable. Simultaneous bidding also required a total overhaul of the pricing mechanics used by buyers. In the old system, auctions used a second price model. The winner only had to pay 1 cent more than the runner-up's bid, regardless of how high their initial bid actually was. In this chart, we see the new standard created by header bidding, first price auctions. On the right side, the buyer pays exactly the dollar amount they bid. If they bid $5, they pay $5. For publishers, this creates total transparency and higher payouts, since buyers can't rely on runner-up discounts. To protect themselves, advertisers developed bid shading. They use machine learning to predict the lowest winning price, artificially lowering their bids. As a result, modern programmatic auctions are a constant, automated arms race. Publishers are constantly optimizing for maximum yield, while buyers are continually tuning their algorithms for maximum efficiency. The core reality of AdTech is that there is no free lunch. Maximizing the exact value of an ad impression inherently increases the friction in your tech stack. This quadrant chart maps your technical reality against your revenue goals, giving you a framework to choose the right auction model. Let's say you're a small publisher with limited traffic and no dedicated ad ops team. Stick to a single SSP setup or entry-level Waterfall. You accept slightly lower yield, but get fast page loads and zero technical headaches. But if your site hits significant traffic milestones, the math changes. Fractions of a cent per impression create huge revenue gaps. That's when you graduate to header bidding, hiring ad ops support, and enforcing strict page speed monitoring to manage the load. The programmatic ecosystem isn't a single switch you flip. To build a sustainable business, choose the architecture that matches your technical reality today, not just your revenue goals for tomorrow.